If you want to learn how to use Tinkercad for circuits, you're in the right place. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the basics of building and testing electronic circuits in Tinkercad, even if you've never used it before. We'll cover how to open the circuit workspace, add components, wire everything together, change component values, run a simulation, and even add code if you're working with something like an Arduino. This is a really useful skill for students, hobbyists, and anyone who wants to prototype circuits safely before building them in real life. And if this video helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy tutorials just like this one. Alright, let's jump in. First, sign in to your Tinkercad account and look at the left-hand sidebar. You'll see an option called Circuits. Click that to go to the Electronic Circuits section. Once you're there, look for the button that says Create New Circuit and click it to start a fresh project. This opens the Circuit Design workspace, which is where all of your parts, wires, and testing will happen. Now that you're in the workspace, let's add the parts you need. On the right side, you'll see the Components search bar. You can use this to quickly find items like a 9-volt battery, an LED, a resistor, or a breadboard. Just type the name of the component you want, then drag and drop it into the center of the workspace. Place your parts in a way that gives you enough room to connect everything clearly. If you're building a simple LED circuit, for example, you'll usually want a battery, a resistor, an LED, and a breadboard. The breadboard is especially helpful because it lets you connect multiple components without having to draw everything directly together. Once your parts are placed, it's time to wire the circuit. Wiring in Tinkercad is very simple. Click on a terminal on one component, like the small red or silver square, and then click on another terminal to connect them with a wire. You can keep adding wires until your circuit is fully connected. If a wire looks messy or hard to follow, you can click on it to change its color or bend it into a cleaner shape. That makes your circuit much easier to read and troubleshoot later. If you're using a breadboard, remember that the holes in the same row are connected horizontally. In many breadboards, the numbered rows from 1 to 30 are connected across, so that means multiple component leads in the same row can share a connection. This is really important for building organized circuits and understanding how power flows through your design. After wiring the basics, you can configure component values. To do that, click on a component like a resistor to open its settings window. From there, you can adjust things like the resistance value. For example, if it starts at 1K ohm, you might change it to 220 ohms, depending on the circuit you're building. You can also adjust things like the color of an LED if needed. Setting the right component values matters because it can determine whether your circuit works properly or not. If your resistance is too low, you may end up sending too much current to an LED, and that can cause problems in the simulation. Once everything is connected and configured, it's time to test your design. Click Start Simulation in the top right corner. Tinkercad will begin running your circuit virtually, and you'll immediately see whether it behaves the way you expected. If your circuit is wired correctly, your LED should light up, or your other components should react just like real hardware. This is one of the best parts of Tinkercad, because you can test ideas safely without risking damage to real parts. If something goes wrong, don't panic. Sometimes you'll see a component explode with a star icon. That usually means the voltage is too high, or the circuit doesn't have enough resistance. If that happens, stop the simulation and increase your resistance value before testing again. This trial and error process is actually a great way to learn, because it helps you understand how electronic circuits behave in a real environment. And if you're using a microcontroller like an Arduino, Tinkercad also lets you add code. Just click the Code button and choose whether you want to write using blocks or text, which is C++. That means you can build a circuit and program it all inside the same platform. It's perfect for learning logic, automating outputs, and experimenting with simple robotics or sensor projects. So to recap, the full process is open circuits from the dashboard, create a new circuit, add your components, wire them together, adjust component values, run the simulation, and use code if needed. Once you get comfortable with these steps, Tinkercad becomes a powerful tool for learning and testing circuit ideas quickly and safely. If this tutorial helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more easy step-by-step software tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.